Hi everyone, my name is Steven and I'm going to talk about the three tales that we read, so let's start. Leontes was the king of Sicily and his wife was Hermione, and a great woman. Leontes had a friend, Polixenes. He was the king of Bohemia, so they met again after a long time in Sicily because they had always been friends. So here, the problem is that Leontes was a jealous man, so he believed that his wife was being unfaithful with Polixenes, so he decided to send her to prison, and as a consequence of that, his son died of sadness. When the queen was in prison, she had a daughter, and she also had a friend, Paulina, who took the girl to Leontes, but here Leontes was very angry, so he decided to abandon her. But after all this bad news, Paulina informed to Leontes that the queen had died. So here, an old shepherd took care of the girl during her childhood. Her name was Perdita. And time later, she met Polixenes' son, Florizel, who fell in love with Perdita. And Camillo, one of the servants of Polixenes, helped them to go back to Sicily. So here, the truth was known, and surprisingly, Hermione was alive. She was the statue that Paulina had made, but at the end Leontes was regretted what he did, and so everyone was happy again. Florizel married with Perdita, and Leontes was his friend again, Polixenes. Lear was the king of Britain, and he had three daughters, Goneril, Regan, and Cordelia, who was the youngest daughter. So he called his three daughters to say what they felt for their father, and according to the love that they had for him, he would divide the lands and money. But Goneril and Regan gave a speech full of love, and it turned out that they say many lies, but when Cordelia gave her speech, her father was disappointed. So here, one of the servants of Lear, Kent, told him that he was acting crazy, but Lear got upset and he told him that he had to leave the lands. So later, Kent changed his identity to continue serving Lear, and Goneril and Regan leave Lear in the storm because of power. So here he was angry and disappointed, and also he was very sorry about what he did to Cordelia. And at the end, Cordelia tried to help him, but Lear died because of Cordelia's death. And finally, Albany put the kingdom of Britain in Ken and Edgar's hand. There was a man called Battista. He had two daughters. Catherine was a woman with a strong temper, and she was known in Padua by Catherine the Sure. Bianca was the younger sister, so a man called Petruchio came to Padua with the aim of looking for a wife. So he was determined to marry with this famous shrew and tame her into a gentle wife. So Petruchio, once officially married with Catherine, he began to tame her by rejecting her food, clothing, and disagreeing with everything that she said. So Bianca married with Lucentino, and Lucentino here made a feast with his friend Petruchio and Hortensio. So Petruchio challenged Lucentino and Hortensio, but who was the most obedient wife, and they asked to their servants to bring their wives, but only Catherine returned, and she gave a speech about obeying husbands, and all people were amazed at Petruchio's success in taming Catherine. From my point of view, I would like to say that this three tales show some issues that we can see in the world today, and are the mistreatment, jealousy, and not knowing how to listen and make decisions without thinking can cause big problems. In addition, we can see how the power of being rich changes people, and also how it affects those close to you. So on the other hand, I would like to say that these stories were entertaining and they were not difficult to understand at all. So I think that it was a good reading activity. Thank you, everyone.